and welcome back to my channel. Today I am doing a what my baby eats video. So this is Emmy at nearly seven and a half months old, and we're going to go through all the different things all the different things that she eats in a day. So this morning she woke up about 7:15, was it? Yeah, so we woke up about 7, she woke up at 7:15, and she had her milk feed in bed. She came up to have that with me this morning, and she might look like she's tired, but she's just playing. And now it's about 8:30, so we've got ready. So I've got up, I've had a shower, got me dressed, got Emmy's nappy changed, played with her a little bit, and it's time for her to have some breakfast. She's attacking my dungarees. So I'm gonna put together some breakfast for her and me. One thing to say quickly is that we are doing baby led weaning with Emmy. So we started out with purees and things when she was really like it was around 5 months old. So if you look back at my videos, I think it was actually the 4-month video you can see her having next. It was right at the end. Oh dear, big yawn. Oh gosh, she's not tired, I don't think. She's not ready for a nap yet. Nap happens between 9 and 30 normally. Probably closer to 7:30 today with this 7:15 wake up. Anyway, so we started out with purees, but only a little taste so that she could get a little bit of a taste of sweet potato and avocado and things like that. And around 5.5 months old, she started grabbing for our foods. We tested her with bits of like cucumber sticks and things, and she loved these so much that we decided we would try going down the baby led weaning route a bit more. And this has been really successful because she now is not a big fan of purees or taking things off spoons, especially from other people. If you give her a spoon, she'll eat off it herself, but if you try to put it in her own mouth, she'll just go, oh yeah, now she bites me. Well, you're not very good at proving the point, are you? So we're doing baby led weaning, which means that she is eating the same meals as us where possible. Basically exactly the same foods as us. So we try to make things that are healthy, and we don't add any sugar or salt or anything to anything that Emmy's having, but it will have like the spices that we have in it. And we just make sure that things are cut appropriately for her. So it might be into finger shaped strips, or for example blueberries, which I'm about to give her in a minute, we'll cut those into quarters. So before she gets too angry or hungry or hangry, we'll get on with making some breakfast. So how are we gonna do this? Can we get the whole camera in here? Yeah, I think we can. So I'm gonna go grab the high chair and stick Emmy in it while I make some breakfast for us. Boo. Emmy, who's this? So I've had to change the setup a little bit so you can see Emmy in her high chair while I make some breakfast, because she gets really fussy if I'm, oh this is really hard, she gets really fussy if I'm not right next to her at the moment. I'm going through a bit of a clingy phase. Oh, did you pump your face looking at the cat? She's trying to look at the cat that's wandering around on the floor. She really, really wants to be best friends with them, and they don't want to be best friends with her. It's very sad. Very sad, isn't it? So she's going to have a few blueberries while I prepare the rest of our breakfast. We're going to have some Weetabix with some bananas, and I think a bit of yogurt as well, probably. So I'll stick a few blueberries onto a tray to keep her occupied while I make the rest of it. Oh, and I've just plugged in the microphone. Well, I have the microphone plugged in before. I'm testing out a new microphone. I think I had it switched off before, so I've switched it on now, so the sound might be different. We'll see. Be interesting to see how it goes. Oh, I'm stuck, Emmy. Oh, the oven's come open. It's dangerous, isn't it? Let's roll these sleeves up. Roll these sleeves up. This one. So when I talk about giving Emmy blueberries quartered, this is what I mean. So that's to reduce the risk of choking, because they're not in circles that can block her airways. And this is for her to practice her pincer grasp as well. So she'll get with her little fingers like this and pop them in her mouth. And she absolutely loves any fruit or veg. So this is one of her favourites. I like little sweets, really. So at the moment we're not having real Weetabix, we're having wheat biscuits by Sainsbury's. Ooh, you like them? You finished your blueberries? There's one more there. There's a few on the floor, aren't there? And we're having these in, oh gosh, let's have a look. Did get those out there, didn't I? There we go. We're just having these in a bit of warmed up milk. Emmy is having about 3/4. I know, that's for you in a second. 3/4, and I'm having a whole one and the other quarter of hers. And we've got some banana. I've just cut these into rounds, but Emmy won't have them like this. What I'll do, I'll show you in a minute, as I scoop them up onto a spoon for her. Just wash my hands. I preload these onto a spoon for her just to save them a bit of mess. This technically isn't really how baby led weaning would go on these, but it saves on mess and it's a lot quicker and easier. So she gets 2 spoons to eat hers and I have 1. I'm gonna have a Longley Farm hazelnut yogurt. This is Mummy's, not yours, not yours. You can have some of yours. And she's just going to have some plain Greek style yogurt, which I'm just gonna pop in the side. And then I'm also, I know, it's coming. So that was about a tablespoon of yogurt. It's coming. Have you lost your blueberries? Here you go. Here's one. She's chucking all the blueberries everywhere. Normally eats them rather than chucks them around. So what was I saying? Oh yes, we're just going to pop a little bit of, no, not garam masala. Where is it? Not 5 spice. Cinnamon. Pop a bit of cinnamon onto the yogurt and the Weetabix, just a little pinch. Onto the banana. Just to give it a little extra something. I know, we're nearly done. And then Emmy's going to have water out of, what drawer shutting? Emmy's going to have water out of this little Tommy Tippy cup with a straw, which we're practicing with at the moment. Although I think I'm also going to bring this Tesco one over, because so far the only water that she's drunk really has been out of open cups or out of this Tesco sippy cup. And she's getting angry now because I'm not ready. She can see it through, but it's not ready. It's coming. It's coming. Right, I need to move her back over into the dining room and we'll reconvene there. Reconvene there. Right, you ready? Ready? Go on then, eat it up. So what I'm doing here is preloading spoons, if you can see them, block out her face, a bit of banana, a bit of Weetabix, a bit of yogurt, and I'll pop it down like that and swap this spoon out for the next one. And she'll probably grab it by the food, but you know, it gets there in the end. At the moment we're not really doing bibs because they distract her too much. She ends up pulling on them and tugging them, or the plasticky ones anyway. The bigger, the proper ones, the fabric ones, oh dear! I can't seem to cover up enough with them. So I'm like, what's the point if the food's going to get everywhere? I'm covering up anyway. So we do breakfast in sleep suits. And then we do lunch with an old t-shirt of Daddy's over the top as a bib. So I'll show that a bit later on. Ready for your next bit? Get it, go on. Well done. What a grubby mutt. Grubby mutt. Oh no! Next bit. Nah. Just quickly before I give everything a wipe down, you can see the mess that she's created. She started getting moany like this, so that normally means she's about finished. Although that means more normally, so we'll try again in a second. And that's how much we've got left at the moment. About half the Weetabix, one piece of banana. Most of the yogurt's gone, and she really wants that cloth apparently. Gonna see if she wants some water though. Oh! I've got an angry little girl on my hands here. Got an angry little girl who's trying to learn how to use a cup. So she wanted to try this different one, which is from Sainsbury's. Tilt it a bit more. I'm sorry, I needed tilting a bit more. So this is a non-spill tippy cup from Sainsbury's. We've been having a few problems with water because she used to absolutely... Oh, I know you're ready for a nap now, aren't you? We'll go in a second. She absolutely used to absolutely love water. And then went off it for a bit for some reason. She used to drink it out of anything, out of our cups, her cups, especially open top cups. And then she went off it. So we're trying to find the right cup for her. So she wasn't a big fan of her straw one earlier. Try it again. No, you're on that one. Let's take them away. So she's ready for a nap really. So she's eaten quite a lot. Don't know if you can see there. So there's about a bit less than half of the Weetabix she had left. She's had 2 out of 3 banana slices and a good lot of yogurt. And then there's bits of blueberries. Careful! Now she's licking the tray. And we've had a bit of a clean up. We keep a nice damp cloth here. And we've got whiny baby because she's ready for a nap. Sorry, we're gonna go. Keep a damp cloth for cleaning up afterwards. And some bits of kitchen roll. Out you come then. Oh, let's have a look. Oh, it's not too bad. Not too bad, are you? Clean you up. Now you're laughing, aren't you? Where's the camera? And with the food, she's not getting massive amounts of food at the moment. But as I said, she's only 7 months old, so she doesn't need a huge amount yet. Milk is still like breast milk or formula would be if she would have formula, but she won't have a bottle, so you know. But breast milk or an alternative to breast milk would still be her main source, or is still her main source of nutrition for a little while yet. Who's that? Emmy is now down for her nap, her morning nap, and it's about 9:30ish, just before 9:30. We ended up, so it was just after 8:30 when I started making breakfast. It ended up being about 9:15 when we sat down to eat it, and that's about half an hour or so for her to eat her breakfast. Every meal I seem to have to set aside half an hour for meals at the moment because Emmy takes at least half an hour to eat it, and then there's clean up and everything. So I've now got her down for her nap, and I've got to commence the cleanup operation. So that's everything that's left after eating. Let me just swap the camera around. So whenever we eat, we always have a damp cloth, a roll of kitchen roll, the muslin, and then you can see all the kitchen roll that we use. I try not to use too much kitchen roll, but you end up having to use it, especially with Weetabix. She gets in such a mess with Weetabix, and it sticks to all her clothes as well. I don't know why I keep giving her it, but she likes it, so there we go. And then all 3 cups, and then that's her tray for later, and my glass. And over here, this is her seat. So I've given it a quick wipe down. There's still bits of Weetabix and blueberries in there. And underneath, you can see this plastic sheeting, which is actually a shower curtain, which was £2 from Tesco, and was an excellent tip from one of my friends on keeping mess to a minimum. Now it's time for me to tidy this up before I can have a sit down. Now that I am all cleaned up in the dining room, I just wanted to go through a couple of things because it's really difficult to talk about these things while Emmy's eating. So I'm having to keep an eye on her and eat my food at the same time. That's the first thing. We're trying to eat meals, keep things out of the picture. I'm fiddling with this microphone again to see how to make it work best. Anyway, as I said, we're trying to eat meals at the same time, which is the sort of traditional baby-led weaning approach. Trying to eat the same things at the same time so that she learns how to eat them, so she knows how to pick it up and how to chew it, and just learns the sort of family social gathering side of a meal. So that's the first thing. The second thing was water. So I talked a bit about that just now, but sorry if you can hear the white noise in the background, by the way, it's the baby monitor. She's down for a nap she's down for a nap over there. That's the monitor down there. So water, she used to absolutely love drinking water, and she thought it was hilarious watching me drink out of a cup. So if I was drinking out of a glass or something, she would grab it and try and drink it too. So I was giving her sips of it along with meals to get her used to drinking water out of a glass or a cup. And she was really happy with this. She would drink out of my cup, she'd drink out of Ben's cup, she'd drink out of her own doily cup. She wasn't a big fan of sippy cups, so we just sort of left those alone, thought if she doesn't want them, she doesn't have to have them. And then all of a sudden she just was like, no, don't like water anymore, not having water. We think it was because, so I've gone back to work 1 day a week so far, and this is a story for another day, but she won't have milk while I'm gone. So at the moment, work have been really good and they're letting me leave quite early. So I'm basically doing half a day at work and then half day at home the other day of the week. So I'm working 2 days a week, 1 day at home, 1 day in the office, but that's only half a day. So yeah, she just will not take milk, and she's with my mum and she won't have a cup. Since those first 2 weeks, we've never been able to get her to have a bottle, so she is just absolutely refusing to take milk and just waits till I get home. So I spoke to health visitors about it, and you know what, I am going into the story. I have to say it's a story for another day. Anyway, I spoke to health visitors about it, and they said as long as she's getting plenty of milk in the morning and plenty in the evening, and she's getting water throughout the day and food throughout the day, she should be okay. And if she's not getting upset, they were quite happy if I was doing like 8:30 till 5, but what I'm really doing is 8:30 till 2:30, 3 o'clock. That's the gap that she goes between having milk. And at the moment she's actually, so for example today she's had 7:15, 7:15 was her milk, and then she probably won't have any until about 12, depending on how long this nap is. She's normally doing like 9:30 till sometimes 11:30 at the moment. So yeah, about 11:45 normally she'll have, camera's not working, I'll fix it in a minute. 9:30 till about 11:45, and then she has milk, and then she'll go until about 2:30ish again. So she's only really missing 1 feed in there, and it's also not a huge feed anymore. And I think it's because she's having, like for example today she's had milk, she's had Weetabix yogurt and some fruit, then in the middle of the day she's going to have some lunch, so her tummy's getting full of those things, and then she's having a lot more milk in the evenings at the moment. So we're getting cluster feeding again quite a bit at the moment, so like sort of 4, 5, 6 o'clock she'll have 3 feeds during that time, and then her bedtime feed, which is a big one. So I have like 3 small ones, then her bedtime one. So anyway, yes, that's why she won't have milk. And we think the reason why she's gone off having water is because she thinks we're trying to trick her into having milk, because we were putting milk into the cups that she was quite happy to use before, and shot glasses and like things like that. And she's like, oh no, they're trying to trick me into having milk. I will not drink anything. And she just like shuts her mouth and turns her head away. So she went off water for about a week, and we've only just started being able to get her to have water again, and it's out of a sippy cup at the moment, but she's got to be in a good mood for it. And this morning she wasn't in a great mood just now. You probably saw she was whining and moaning. I think she was a bit sleepy. I think I'd faffed around a bit too long before making breakfast. So I tried with 2 different cups. She got the hang of the second sippy cup, the no spill one. She actually sucked on it, which is really interesting because she never ever sucks on like cups or bottles or anything normally. So that was good. She got a bit of water out of there, but not as much as she should be doing probably, which is why I'm trying to give her fruit and veg that's high in water content. So you'll see later on. So she had some blueberries this morning, but it's more lunchtime I'm trying to get these, so I'll give her like some cucumber and things like that. And she absolutely adores cucumber, so that's not a problem. And things like oranges have got a lot of liquid in them and things like that. So yeah, she's not a big fan of water, but I don't think it's the water, because once she actually tastes the water, so if you can trick her, she play with the cup, like swing it around and stuff, and then zoom into her mouth quickly, and she'll be like, oh, 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 and she'll start laughing then because she likes the taste of the water seemingly, and then she'll go for more and she'll like bite it and try and get some herself. It seems to be the fact that she's a bit worried of what's going to be in the cup, not the actual water itself that's upsetting her. So I've seen like tricks where people be like, put a bit of lemon into the water, a bit of like, put a strawberry in or something like that to give it a flavour. It doesn't seem to be the flavour that's the problem. She likes the flavour, it's the cup itself. It's the getting the water in the first stage. So if anybody's got any tips on that, that would be very much appreciated. Eating, yeah, she's not getting a huge amount of food at the moment, but like I said, it's not, because it's, this is the thing with baby led weaning as well, apparently, you don't get as much food into them to start with as like people doing purees might do, but it's more about like tasting, getting used to the textures of the food and getting used to being able to chew it, things like that. And she's absolutely loving this. She's not a massive fan of like when I gave the spoons this morning, but if you give her sticks of food, chunks of food, she absolutely loves that and being able to do it herself. She's very, very stubborn and independent, so being able to do things by herself and pick it up and put it into her own mouth, she's much happier with. So baby led weaning has been really the way forward for us, although I know it's not everybody's favourite thing. It's a bit scarier because of the bigger chunks of food. I've done a lot of reading about the difference between choking and gagging and things though, and actually she gagged so much more with the purees that we were giving her. She would constantly be like blah, 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 with those, and as soon as we started giving her pieces of food, chunks of food, she's rarely gagged. I can't actually remember the last time I saw her gagging on something. I honestly can't remember. And we haven't had anything that's been like a near choke or anything. If she ever, so say for example she's got a cucumber stick, if she ever bites off a chunk of that and it goes into her mouth, she'll just immediately push it back out again because it's too big for her to, I'm blurry, too big for her to swallow. What they say is that the gag reflex is actually, I always have to say this, I'm not an expert, so do your own reading on it and talk to your own health visitors or medical professionals or whatever, but apparently if they get food that's too big to the back of their throat to swallow, their gag reflex just pushes it out straight away anyway, or they just push it out with their tongue, which is what she does. And then you feel like, oh wow, she's doing something right. So it's really quite rewarding in the long run. So yes, we are very much enjoying baby led weaning. Water is a problem. Cleanup is hard with Weetabix because it's really sticky. I don't really recommend it, but she really likes it, so that's good. So yeah, next meal will be lunchtime, which we have about, it depends on when she wakes up, but normally between sort of 12 and 1:30 we have lunch. And we've got some leftovers from last night to do for that, so bits of sweet potato, and then I think I'm going to make her a pita bread pizza as well. So just a bit of tomato puree and cheese on top of pita bread, maybe some ham, maybe some veg, see what I've got in the fridge. She'll have the same as me, so whatever I'm eating really. But yes, you'll see me make that in a bit, so I will be back with that later. So it's some hours later and we've just got in from our walk. So what is it, 1:10 I think? It's just gone 1, so a little bit later for lunch than we usually are. But we had to go and get some new library books and return our old ones. So that's what Emmy's doing now, just sorting through her library books. And I'm going to go on making lunch. She looks like she might be happy to play by herself on here for a little bit, which is unusual. So I'm going to take advantage of this and get on with making our lunch quickly. Good girl. Are you doing some crawling? It's about the extent of her crawling right now. Or at least her crawling forward. She'll go backwards very, very happily. and go and pivot on the spot. She's very good at that. Hey, you play those books while I make some lunch. So a couple of things happened. The doorbell rang and Emmy decided she got bored of what she was doing in there. So I made her a little toy here to play on the kitchen floor while I'm doing her lunch. With an egg box and, just kick it back to her, and some silk scarves. So she's going to try and figure that out while I finish over here. So while those finish off, this is Emmy's little side snack, well not snack, a little additions bowl. So she's got some roasted sweet potato from our tea last night, some sticks of cucumber with mostly seed because that's her favourite bit, and some pieces of plum. This will be her first time trying plums, that'll be fun. And she'll have that alongside her little pita pizza, which has got cheese, tomato puree and ham on it. And if you're wondering, there she is. She's emptied all the scars out of the egg box and having a wonderful time. That's what the pizzas look like after they come out of the grill. So yeah, tomato puree, some shredded ham, some cheese, it's cheddar, and just on top of a normal flatbread from Asda. So I'm trying to climb up my leg down here. Emmy! Emmy! Hi! Hi! So I'm going to chop those up into little bite-sized pieces for us. So I started filming and I didn't start filming, so Emmy's already started on her lunch. So she's chomping away on some of her pita pizza. And she's got a piece of sweet potato over there. That's the rest of it with the plum for my pudding as well there. And obviously I'm going to eat most of that. Emmy's not going to have all that. And then I've got some salad left over from last night. So it looks like I've got a load of food here today. I'll probably have some of that pita pizza left over. So the bits of sweet potato and cucumber and tomato and things, that's what's matching my salad. But we're going to save Emmy's cucumber and her plums for pudding. It sounds ridiculous, cucumber for pudding, but you just wait to see this girl eating her cucumber. You love your cucumber, don't you? And you love your pizza. Is that good? I'm not sure she's all that keen on the ham. She keeps taking the ham off and leaving it. But she seems to love the tomato. And she'll sweet potato too. Are you going for the sweet potato? So these are bits of roasted sweet potato done in a bit of oil in the oven. And I'd taken off the crispy bits of the skin just so that she didn't like hurt her mouth on any of them or anything. There it comes out again. Oh yes, and this is her outfit for eating at the moment. One of Daddy's old t-shirts, because they're big enough to cover all her clothes and you can just chuck them in the wash and it doesn't matter. Tucked in at the neck around the clothes that she's wearing, and her sleeves all rolled up all the way. Yum, 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 yum. Oh, you've got a bit of ham. Oh, you dropped your ham. You dropped your ham. She asked for a piece of cucumber after eating some of her pizza, so a piece of cucumber she has got. And this is how much Emmy loves her cucumber. She's never happier than when she's holding a cucumber, this girl. Are you? And here's Emmy's first taste of plum. Think it's going down quite well so far. I imagine it will be going down very stickily. These are the remainders of what she's just eaten. So she's mostly just sucked on the pizza today, rather than actually eating any of the bread parts. She's eaten a lot of the cucumber and chomped away through it. Chomped away on the sweet potato and eaten some of the ham and the cheese. Dear, have you lost your plum? It's just there. No, that's your t-shirt. Do you want me to rescue it? Here you go. Look. Emmy. That's it, good girl. Yes, so plum seems to be a hit. We seem to be playing a game of how many can I fit in my mouth at once right now. Be careful with them. I maybe shouldn't have given them to her one at a time, but she's having a good time. Quick confession, I've had a bit of an accident with the tomato puree. It's one with a kick of chilli. I was thinking it had a little hint of spice to it. I was thinking something is spicy, but it wasn't a huge amount, so it was just in the background. And yeah, I went to check the tomato puree and it has a kick of chilli. But Emmy was quite happy with it anyway. From what I've read about baby led weaning, they say that don't be scared of giving your baby a bit of spice or a bit of chilli, as long as it's not excessive amounts, obviously, and this wasn't. This was just that little like, has that got some chilli in it taste? And she clearly liked it because she kept licking the tomato sauce off the bitter. So that was Emmy's first taste of chilli. I was interested to see a piece of chewed up plum. That's what it looks like. So this is just to demonstrate that she's not actually really eating the skin, or not eating the skin at all. So we don't manage normally, grabby baby. Start that again, shall we? We don't normally manage to do an evening meal just because it's really tricky to fit in. Trying to get Emmy not eating the microphone. She thinks that looks tasty. I'll give you a tea in a second. Don't normally manage to fit it in around when Ben gets home from work and everything. We've been trying to figure out like how we can all have an evening meal together. So at the moment Emmy's just going to have an evening meal by herself and eat the camera wire. Get off! There we go, is that better? Who's that? So she's going to have some cucumber, tomato and pear. The cucumber tomato with hummus and the pear is with peanut butter. And I would like her to have the same tea as us at the same time as us, but we just can't manage to fit it in at the moment because Ben's not going to be home till I think about 6:30 tonight. And her bedtime needs to start at around 6:30, which means getting into the bath at that time most nights. So this is going to be her tea for now. And we'll see what she thinks of it, because sometimes she just has a snack at this time, or just nothing at all, just some milk. So we'll see how she thinks. Come on then, pick one. Ooh. Ooh. Go on. Ooh. Go on. She's very nervous of picking it up for some reason. Go on, you can do it. That's it, well done. Slippy. Giving her all slippy food for some reason. She finally managed to get hold of a bit of tomato and seems to be enjoying it. She's had hummus before, but not shop bought one actually. Oh, the light's just changed. That means sunset in our house. I need to turn that back on. She hasn't even touched the cucumber yet. She's eaten the tomato so far, haven't you? Here you go. Do you want a hand? Is it stuck? There you go. Here you go. Alright, you get that one. Getting into a sticky mess with this, aren't we? She's getting super chompy with things recently. She doesn't even have any teeth yet. She's just discovered that she can chomp down on things. Oh, the other cucumber, there we go. Yum, 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 yum. What a sticky mess. So I forgot to add earlier, I think, that after her afternoon nap, Emmy had a milk feed. So that was at around 4 o'clock. What time is it? 2:30 she went down for a nap, afternoon nap. She woke up about 4:15, so she had another long nap. Another 1.75 hours after doing about 1.75 hours this morning. So that was a long time. And then she had a milk feed. And she hasn't actually asked for any more milk this afternoon so far. So that means she's had 4 feeds today, 4 milk feeds today, nursing sessions. And and there'll definitely be another bedtime one. I would have normally slotted in another one by now, but she hasn't asked for it. So I don't know if this is going to replace that, this tea time. We'll see what happens. And then she'll have her bedtime feed tonight. And at the moment, she's been going overnight without another feed usually. So she goes from 7 till 7-ish without a feed. But occasionally she'll wake up for another one. So like the other night she woke up at about 3 o'clock for another feed. And Tia, go on then, reach the peg. Good girl. That's got peanut butter on it. Oh, oh, different. Is it different? Oh, nice different. It's so funny seeing them taste something different. She's had peanut butter quite a few times before. I don't think she was expecting that. I don't think she was expecting hummus. That was really supposed to be a dessert, so it's all got a bit mushed up together, but it doesn't really... Oh! I didn't even know that cucumber was there. She got a cucumber on the hand with peanut butter, with hummus, and a pear with peanut butter in the other. Interesting flavour combinations, baby. Interesting. Anyway, so like the other night she woke up about 3 o'clock for a middle of the night feed. And one night recently she woke up, she'd gone to bed about 7:15 and woke up about 8:30, 8:45, and wanted feeding then. But that's more unusual nowadays for that to happen. So I guess she's taking a larger volume of milk when she does have a milk feed. Where are you going? Just having a rest day, sitting back. Taking a larger volume when she does have them. So that means she's having less of them and also starting to replace them with food. So I'm going to let her get on with her tea for a little bit. A quick message from the future here. Why am I so pink? Why am I glowing pink and red? Anyway, quick message from the future here. Because I filmed this video way back in, what are we now, December, October I filmed it in. And I forgot to film an outro. And so, yes, things have changed a lot in Emmy's Eating since then, because I'm editing this now in December before publishing it. And I'll do an update video. Well, I'm trying to today, but I've lost half my footage, so we'll see how that goes. That's the story for the next video. But yes, her eating has changed, and I wanted to do an outro, so I just thought I'd come on quickly and say that. So we'll see you tomorrow, hopefully, if I've managed to get some footage. So see you next time. Happy Vlogmas. Bye.